One of the elements, though, of France's World Cup, you were touching on a lot during the game, and I think everyone's really woken up to it in this tournament, is Antoine Griezmann, whose evolution has been spectacular. And through this season, mainly because he was never playing for Atletico Madrid and has a different role for them anyway, I don't think most people saw that coming, what we saw from him in every game, but particularly tonight. Was that his best game of the tournament?
I mean, he's been so good. He's been so consistent. But I think, what we saw from him tonight was what he's been doing from the start of the tournament. And his repositioning as a midfielder, as opposed to a withdrawn striker, has been the chief tactical innovation of France's whole World Cup.
So take us through the timeline of Griezmann's evolution. He kind of comes onto the scene, 2010-ish? Would that be
a little bit later? He went to the 2014 World Cup,
right?
And then at 2016, he's the main
as a kind
man,
of fairly kind of flyweight, but kind of live wire striker.
Yeah. And then 2016, he plays in support of Olivier Giroud, but he's the main goal scorer in the team. He top scores with 6 goals. He gets both the goals against Germany in the semi-final in Marseille, and he's France's new golden boy. 2018, he goes into the tournament playing in the same position behind Giroud in a sort of 4-2-3-1, but he's much more of a provider at 2018 than he had been at 2016.
He's also a content provider at this point, isn't he, with the decision?
We had the decision on the eve of the tournament,
right,
of course, which left us all on the edges of our seats.
Right.
And what really shone through at 2018 was Griezmann's tactical importance to France, and this sense that I think some of it just comes from his own natural qualities as a very competitive footballer and someone who is very tactically shrewd. But you also saw the influence of Diego Simeone, that idea of when a game needs speeding up, when a game needs slowing down, when you might need to do an extra roly-poly after being kicked just to try and buy a bit more time for your team. And I think he, perhaps more than any other player, symbolised France's success at 2018 because it wasn't spectacular, but it was very professional. And I think that's just been taken to the next level at this tournament because he's not playing like an attacking player at all. I mean, he's still creating goals. He created the header for Giroud against England, of course, but he's so much deeper on the pitch. He's getting through so much more defensive work, and it's just made him even more the heartbeat of this team.
But he also turns up at the other end. He had a big part in the opening goal for France against Morocco. But then, when Morocco had those late chances, who was back there cleaning up, policing the penalty box?
Yeah, and what's really different now is he barely shoots, Griezmann. He's still taking the free kicks and the corners, but his presence in the penalty area as an attacking player has almost vanished. He is now very much a midfielder, and we asked who was going to provide the sort of thrust in midfield with Pogba missing and Conte missing. Adrien Rabiot wasn't there this evening, and it's Griezmann who's dropped deeper and taken on this new role, and it's taken him to a new level.
I mean, there's a fallacy in football that a lot of strikers can do this, can just drop back. I mean, we saw it with Wayne Rooney, didn't we, where everyone said, well, when he's not got the pace to play up front, just play him in midfield. I mean, against Iceland in 2016, he had a lot of passes, but they didn't really go in very dangerous positions. But Griezmann's like, he can do anything. It's like someone's crossed. I mean, we talked about Lothar Matthäus, but it's like he kind of brings the sort of know-how and the team spirit of Jordan Henderson, but with about 58 other things as well.
Hello there. If you've enjoyed this video, why not subscribe to this channel? And if you'd like more Totally Football Show content, then just search for us on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Not an Athletic subscriber yet? Then just head to theathletic.com/totally to find out our latest entry offer.